This episode of the DNA Podcast is brought to you by the Phoenix Overdrive Extra Life Team. Put your money where the miracles are. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Phoenix Overdrive or view the team page at extra-life.org/team/Phoenix Overdrive 16. November 5th, 2016 will be National Game Day, and Phoenix Overdrive is calling on gamers to join us in upstate New York to celebrate and raise funds for Children's Miracle Network, and fundraising itself has begun and continues until December 31st, 2016. To find out more information, refer to our Facebook page or send us a tweet at FHX_Overdrive or email us at phoenixoverdrive@phoenixoverdrive.com. It's for the kids. What's up, nerds? Welcome to the DNA Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derry, and alongside me, as always, is Brian Anderson.
It feels a little lonely here now.
I know, after last week we had this big crew. Now it's just us.
Yeah.
Just us. Brian, you got a dog.
I did. I got a very adorable puppy.
Gosh, she's adorable.
We rescued, so Rachel kind of talked me into it. I was always, I just had never rescued because I had a couple dogs throughout my life, and she really was all about it, and it was probably one of the best decisions I've made. He's been great. So I haven't really had time to play a lot because we've been messing around with him, but it's been good. He's been great.
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of time to play things either. That's because we bought a new bed, which is
not as exciting as a dog. No, but
you try putting that thing together.
Again, not as fun as a dog.
No, thanks. It's comfortable. Don't get me wrong, but. Anyways, let's get right to this. If you just found us, this is the official podcast of the DNA Network. Remember, you can find all of our content we do on our YouTube page or on digitalnerdadvocates.com. Go like, subscribe, and share. You can find the audio version of our podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Rate us, leave some comments, let us know how we're doing. Go like us on Facebook and join our community page. There's a lot of cool people in there sharing their stuff. Follow us on Twitter at the DNA Network. Check out our store on Redbubble and buy some merch, buy some cool shirts and all that kind of stuff. We're going to do something a little different this week. We are going to have a shorter show just because we have a lot to do tonight. Yeah. But we're just going to have a listener mail spectacular. That's what you want to call it. So we're going to get right into our first question from Edward Varnell. Do you think video games need a puzzle element to make a player feel smart, or does it need to help the story progress? Can this also apply to adventure games?
Well, to answer that second part first, I feel like it is in adventure games. I don't know, is Uncharted not considered an adventure game? I guess I don't know. What's considered an adventure?
I think maybe he's talking about Telltale, the Telltale games.
I think it would be fantastic in games like Telltale. I feel like they need something like that because there's not a lot of other stuff, but there are puzzles in those. It's kind of I remember in the very first one, in the second episode, or maybe it was the first, whenever you're in that store and you're trying to get out to his dead brother, and you're trying to figure out how to turn the TVs on to distract the zombies, and you had to collect all this. So there are puzzles in that, and that actually you need in those games because there's not a lot of other stuff you can do.
Yeah, I feel like Telltale kind of got away from that, especially later on in that.
Yeah,
that's since.
That's kind of what I'm saying. I remember that one. I don't really remember. And there are I guess they should do it more. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, the last game, I think, the last adventure game I remember having puzzles that I played was Grim Fandango, and that was, really stupid. The puzzles in that game were, really stupid. You had to, find a banana in a hat to open a door or something. It was really weird. And, there's stupid puzzle elements like that were, really
personally,
dumb.
I've always enjoyed, puzzle games, and I'll play games that are just specifically, puzzles, like that one that they just put up on PSN. I think it's called, Gems of War or something. I don't know. But I'll sit around and I'll play that more so on my Vita, because that works better than some of the other games that because it'll lag every now and then. But so I'll play that on my Vita. So I've always liked puzzle games. I don't feel like they put them in to make the player feel smart.
Yeah,
but it's almost like I don't know. For instance, like one of my favorite movies of all time is like Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade.
Yeah.
And like my favorite part of that movie
The
was
best Indiana Jones movie.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I think. But was at the end when Indiana had to go through all those puzzles, like just to get to the
Holy Grail.
To the Holy Grail. So like that was necessary for the story, but it was also just like very cool. And like ever since then, I've liked puzzles because I automatically think something's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Like on the other side, like.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you're disappointed when it's just like, oh, it's an opening. But
yeah, like when I'm playing Uncharted and stuff, like I like the action in that game and I like the climbing and stuff, but the puzzles are like kind of a good way to break up the action too.
You know what? And you make a good point with that. What is some of your favorite parts in the very new two new Tomb Raider games?
The
hidden temples.
They're awesome.
I don't know why I call them hidden temples because Legends of the Hidden Temple, one of my favorite shows.
Wouldn't that be awesome if that was a hidden temple? If you had to run through the Legends of the Hidden Temple?
If you're listening to this, you need to do that.
Oh my gosh.
That would be awesome. But like those were some of my favorite parts to that game, if not my favorite parts. Like anytime I went into an area, I was always like, where's there a hidden tomb? Because I want to go do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, things like that. Like that had nothing to do really with the story. It didn't really. I mean, I guess sometimes it does make me feel a little smart. Yeah. Like when I complete it, I'm like, oh man, that was tough. But
sometimes they also make you feel dumb if you don't get it right away, and then you come back and do it in like 5
it
seconds.
does have the reverse effect sometimes, where you just feel like an idiot. But sometimes it's easy to overlook something so obvious to somebody else. But
yeah.
So yeah, sometimes it does make me feel smart. But I think more for me, it's just like a sense of like achievement and accomplishment, almost like trophies. Like do they matter? No, but
they're there, and like it gives you something to work
when you platinum a game. Like if you, I mean, for gamers, it's a sense of accomplishment. Like so that's why I like puzzles because
Let's go back to Legends of the Hidden Temple real quick.
Oh, I could. All right.
What team do you think Lara would be on if she was part of Legends of the Hidden Temple?
The Blue Barracudas.
Yeah.
There was the Green Monkeys.
Let's see. There's the Silver Snakes.
Green Monkeys, Blue Barracudas,
the Purple Parrots.
What was the orange team?
Orange.
I can't remember the orange team. There was orange and red, and that was it. What was the red team?
The red. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Oh, that show is so good.
Yeah, man, that's gonna bother me. I can't remember the red team.
Oh man, all those Nickelodeon shows. I wish they'd bring those back.
They have.
I mean, they brought
the Splat.
Yeah, but those are the old ones. I wish they would do like new ones.
Oh, you want new ones?
Yeah,
the old
totally
ones
watching New Legends of the Hidden Temple.
They never won.
Nobody ever won. I don't think I ever seen anybody win that show.
I mean, I saw like random, like it happened every now and then, but like red Jaguars, blue Barracudas, green Monkeys, orange Iguanas, purple Parrots, silver Snakes.
Oh.
So, I mean, 4 out of 6.
It's not bad.
4 out of 7, I mean.
Nah.
No, 4 out of 6. That was right.
You're right.
Yeah.
60%. We passed.
That is a passing grade.
Yes, it is. All right, next question. Antonio Guillen asks, choose one right now based on everybody's limited information, but you can never touch the other. Nintendo NX or PSVR. You get to play regular PlayStation.
I already know my choice. I'm going PSVR. Not that I'm crazy about the VR, but like I also, I've been a PlayStation. I'm not a Nintendo guy like you. I'm not in love with Nintendo.
It just surprises me that the VR thing.
It could be cool.
Surprises me.
I mean, it's expensive. I know that. I could probably afford. I guess I can't touch the other one. Yeah, I think I still take the VR, even though like I'm not like, oh, I have to have the VR. I don't feel like I have to have the NX either.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, with the rumors of like a new Metroid Prime and a new Zelda, it's just like, gotta have Nintendo. But I
already knew your choice going into this, so that's why I was like, oh, I'm gonna take the other one. The things that they might be able to do with that in the future, like right away, it's probably not gonna like be crazy sweet. I mean, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be cool. But I think if you give it a couple years, I think it could really turn into something like where maybe gaming will be going in the future. Because like when you were a little kid, like you just kind of had a feeling that maybe like this would be down the road somewhere, that virtual reality would be a thing where
but
I don't know, maybe it was just me.
Nintendo effed it up with the Virtual Boy. which I have one downstairs.
I don't doubt. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen your Virtual Boy, but you know, so
Come on, you got to get some
that's
Mario
like
Tennis in 3D.
that's like a tough question. I mean, no, you don't. That's a tough question because like neither one is like, and yeah, he is right that there is limited information right now. I haven't seen, I haven't got to like see anybody play it, or I haven't got to like play it myself. And
I feel like there's a loophole in this question. If I can't touch PlayStation VR, does that mean I can still play Oculus? The Oculus.
If that's the case, then I'm going with the NX. But I'm gonna assume that he means like all the virtual reality. And if I choose the NX, can I still play my PS regular? If I can't play my PS regular and I can only play like NX,
He says it right there. You still get to play your PS regular.
Oh, then I don't know. I'm just not a big Nintendo guy.
I know.
They've really disappointed me. Even though
I know they lost you at GameCube. I know.
Yeah, they did.
They lost me with Wii, but
they lost me at GameCube. But I will say I love my Nintendo 3DS, and and we're gonna talk here in a little bit about how excited we are for this. Some games coming out here, I believe, like this weekend. The 19th or something? Friday.
A couple days, 2 days.
Very excited for Fire Emblem,
oh,
Birthright, and Conquest, even though they're basically the same thing.
I just side tangent for a minute. If Nintendo would just like focus all their energy on like one system instead of two.
And I have said this to you. This is the problem. Like Wii U hasn't even been out that long. I know that like PlayStation and Xbox are obviously probably still already working on a new system, but they're not like really, hey, we're already going to put one out, because people are so engulfed in the PS4 and the Xbox One. They're doing well. PS4 is doing very well. So I believe the Xbox One is too.
Yeah.
But they already put out fantastic games.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Nintendo. Last night, they didn't even make an announcement or anything, but their new Nintendo network, or their new Nintendo accounts, you can now sign up to create your Nintendo account, which is like their equivalent to your Xbox Live gamer tag and your PS ID or whatever. So I signed up last night, but I found out through Facebook, somebody posted it in the group, and I was like, oh, is this really a thing now? Like at midnight, this is a thing? Like, why didn't you make this big announcement? Like,
I don't know who does their marketing, but they should probably be fired.
Yeah.
Because they do not market very well. No, I don't think.
No, Nintendo doesn't market anything. The biggest thing I saw marketed was Mario Kart and Splatoon, and then the Splatoon Smash bundle for Christmas. Those are the only things I ever saw any type of advertisement.
That's for. like if they come out with games, like they never get any air. Like I see game commercials all the time.
Yeah,
and like maybe sometimes there'll be games that are also going to be on the Wii U. But do you ever see like commercials for like a Wii U only game?
No. I don't.
I don't feel like I do. I mean, I was surprised that they had the Super Bowl one with the Pokemon.
The Pokemon tournament?
Yeah.
One? Yeah.
Like,
that's not Nintendo, though. That's the Pokemon company.
Right. I'm just saying I'm surprised that there was even that.
Yeah.
I understand that it wasn't Nintendo, but...
Which, by the way, Pokemon fighting game?
I don't know, man. I'm actually...
You think it's going to be...
I don't know.
Is this just going to make you play your Wii U?
No, I'm tempted to check it out, is all I'm saying.
Depends on the roster.
Because I love Pokemon. I love Pokemon.
Dude, that comes out next week. Pokemon Red and Blue next week.
I know.
Are you getting it?
Yes, I'm getting it, man. Yes, my 3DS is about... I'm about to wear my buttons down.
Tell you what, you, me, and Joey are just going to be like... That's all we're going to talk about in 2 weeks.
I am very, very excited for it. That was a game that me and you played. I remember being in this house as like a little kid upstairs playing that damn game.
You and me had our own game, and I had a Game Boy regular and a Game Boy Pocket. And we used my red version to trade over.
I remember
Pokemon.
I got all 151.
So did
including Mew.
Yeah.
I was such a nerd as a child.
Oh my gosh,
but
dude, that was like the best.
That was a great time. I don't know if I still have my old strategy guide.
Oh, I do, dude. It's falling apart in there though.
Yeah,
that and my Ocarina of Time.
It has seen some better days, but that was a great game. I abused the shit out of that one glitch for the rare candies.
Oh yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Remember?
I wonder if that'll still be in it.
I mean, they're not changing anything except for there is now online multiplayer.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can trade without link cables.
Obviously. Oh, so like how the trades are basically with everything now.
Yeah,
that's cool. But like you can.
I think I'm only gonna.
The thing that's cool about the game is that you can get all the Pokemon in the game. Well, no, it's different with some of them.
Yeah, because Red and Blue, like you had to have specific versions to get specific Pokemon, and then you had to trade them.
Yeah, but like
That was the hook.
That was the hook. And I remember I'd read Blue, Yellow, man.
I think I'm only gonna get one version of this game though. But like,
Yeah, and I'll just get the other one.
yeah,
I'm gonna get red.
I'll get blue.
Okay.
All right, good. Decided here, folks. Right here. All right. What's the next question? Did we even answer that question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of.
Okay. Jose Jimenez. I hope I said that name right. I'm sorry if I. I think that sounds right. The success of Deadpool being an R-rated movie surely means we'll see more R-rated movies from Marvel and the like. Do you think this will be good or bad, and why?
I had a feeling this question was going to come today.
I know, I did too.
And I already saw that the Wolverine 3 is already slated to be R.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is what's going to worry me, is that I feel like companies are going to now try too hard.
I agree. Like, this movie made sense to me.
Yeah.
To be an R-rated
and,
movie.
like, Wolverine makes sense to me to an extent, because Wolverine is a violent character.
But, like, you know, one of the big reasons this was an R-rated movie is, you know, there was nudity, like full-on nudity and stuff. And in a lot of these superhero movies, as much as I like me some nudity, you don't need it.
Yeah.
In these, you don't. Like, I don't want to see nudity in Iron Man. Yeah. Even though he's, you know, a womanizer and everything. I don't want it to be an Iron Man, because that is still a movie that is very good at PG-13?
Yeah.
So that works. You don't need to. Deadpool, I think, needed to be rated R.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see a trend where everyone's going to be like,
I don't want to see
this did so well. And like, yeah, there are a lot of adults who love these types of movies, even maybe more than these kids, because we, you know, a lot of these adults grew up. Yeah. I'm saying people older than us, because we're still like kids in my mind.
Almost 30 and we're still kids.
Almost 30, we're kids. But you know, a lot of people grew up like reading these and stuff like that. So like for like Deadpool, that was cool rated R, because he kind of crosses the lines with the language and the violence and stuff. But I don't want to see every movie coming out from Marvel as rated R.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't think it would. I don't think it would translate well.
Here are some movies that I think would translate well into rated R, and stick with me. Okay, Deadpool is obviously a good one. I think Wolverine would do well.
That makes sense.
I think a Batman movie, like if they did like the
I've
Killing
been
Joke.
saying Batman. They needed to do a Killing Joker Batman rated R. That movie I think would do fantastic.
Yeah. And I think, I really think a Ninja Turtles movie based off the original comics.
I disagree on that one.
Maybe not like a hard R, but like I feel like a more mature type Ninja Turtles movie would do well.
I see that one's tough, because I already had like I was talking to a patient last night at work. Won't use his name or anything, but he said that he worked with like a guy, and he took his kids and like his like older mom, like 70-some-year-old mom, to this movie. Like, I don't know if all the parents know what they're taking their kids to see.
Yeah, I saw this,
because you're seeing, and this is the biggest problem I thought that there was going to be, was that they see, oh, it's a superhero movie, and that's all they're going to think. Like, oh, it's rated R. Like, are they all rated R? I don't know. But all the other ones are okay, so I'm going to take them to see this one. And then you have a fully naked woman, which really, I mean, if you're okay with the violence and death that's in all the other ones, what's a pair of boobs?
Yeah. I remember my first pair of boobs in a movie.
I bet it was Titanic.
Nope, sure was not. It was Animal House.
Oh, okay. Mine might be Titanic. I don't know. I wasn't allowed to watch R-rated movies forever.
Yeah, I mean,
so I went and saw
either,
Titanic,
but like,
and
that was like my dad's favorite movie. Was Animal House, and there's some boobs in that movie.
Oh yeah, I've seen Animal House, but yeah, I'm gonna say undecided at the moment on this. I just hope that they don't.
I just hope it's not a trend, and
I honestly don't think I don't think the next Avengers will be R. Like, no. I think they know. Hopefully, somebody sitting in a nice, comfy chair knows that. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's about ticket sales.
Yeah.
And if you continually make these movies R, parents are going to catch on, and they're not going to let their younger kids see them.
Yeah.
And ticket sales will eventually. Now, yeah, will they do, like, it depends what you mean by do well. do well in the fact of how much money they make, or do well in how good the movie is.
Yeah, I mean, I think Deadpool obviously showed us that a rated R comic book movie can do well without having to be like.
I had a feeling Deadpool would do well just because it was something different.
Yeah.
Now, in the first one, I think people like their curiosity, like, oh, it's a rated R, because I don't think a lot of people are like overly familiar with Deadpool. Like even me, like I've read some of the stuff and I played. Like I know they did a game a while ago and I played that and I thought that was hilarious, but like that was kind of vulgar.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of my first introduction to Deadpool.
It's like I'm not even really a big expert on Deadpool. I can't imagine a lot of people who don't follow this stuff at all have any idea, and they just thought he was another like. But I think with the advertising, they tried to kind of tell you, hey, this isn't.
It does say it's rated R right in the trailer. Like,
well, I know,
of the trailers, like,
I mean, people are so accustomed to like. The stuff like the stuff you see in rated R movies, you almost see on television anyways. So
yeah, I don't know.
That's like that's a tough question to answer. Like it really.
I guess time will tell. Really, if these people are smart.
It just depends on like how you take. Is this going to be good? Like ticket sales, I don't know. For a while they might be good, but they could drop if they keep like making the movies more and more graphic.
Yeah.
But they might still be really good movies. Like a Batman rated R movie, I think would be amazing.
Yeah, especially if they did it right. Like I just think if the movie is done right with a rated R in mind, without having to like shoving a pair of boobs for the sake of having boobs, or like you know that kind of stuff.
I can just watch Game of Thrones if I want to see some boobs.
It's true.
I'm good. You don't want to see a rated R Aquaman? No. You don't want to see him going all.
I don't want to see Aquaman at all.
Hardcore.
Except that Jason Momoa makes him look so sweet.
Cool. You don't want to see him going all crazy.
I mean,
with his trident, just stabbing people through the eyes. That'd be
the most interesting DC movie to me right now is Wonder Woman. To be quite honest,
you're not interested in Suicide Squad. That's not doing anything for you.
I didn't say it wasn't doing anything for me. I'm just saying the one movie I think that I would like to see out of all these movies would be Wonder Woman. But
it's because of her boobs.
Yeah, it's definitely because of her boobs. Gal Gadot has some boobs.
I mean, she's a female. She does have boobs, yeah.
All right, we're going to move on.
They should make that one rated R.
Yeah, I'm sure. Codfan FF.
Good old COD fan.
Brian, what is your preferred build in Call of Duty Black Ops 3? Teach me the ways, oh bearded one. By the way, I am a fan of Battered COD and chips as well as Call of Duty.
Well, then the name really fits for you. I run a couple of different builds. I don't really run the same thing, and I have my KD is up to 2.05 right now, so it's working out for me. I
mean, I remember that one day you had like 4.32 KD ratio.
Yeah, that was just in that one game though. It kind of depends based on how you want to play. Do you want to be one that wants to run like nonstop moving? Because that's how I play. And what I usually run is I'm going to run an SMG, and out of those, I'm going to pick either the VMP, the Vesper, or the Razorback. Those are my three favorites. I always run a grip on every single SMG because they all kind of kick. I usually run a stock just so I can move a little bit faster. It's because I like moving a lot. You're a little bit harder to hit. And then if I want to run a wild card on that, I'll put another attachment on it, maybe extended mag or something like that. My perks at the bottom, I run basically dead silence and awareness as my perk 3, so that's another wild card on almost every class. I sound whore, I guess you can call it. I don't know. I have the gold headset. So
is this like a new thing to Call of Duty, like sound?
I've always played by sound. The entire time I've played the game, I've always had awareness on, but I never had a good headset.
What is this? What is? I guess like I never thought of like Call of Duty, like sound being a thing.
I have my headset on, and when I'm running through a level, like with awareness on and dead silence, I have dead silence on so I can't hear myself. Because if you don't have that on and you're running around, you hear yourself, and you can always hear your teammates. But like, not only am I looking at the map and the mini map, because I will look at both while I play, because I don't play hardcore a lot. Sometimes I do when I'm trying to get like specific things for my guns. when I'm trying to unlock the like diamond camos. I find it easier to get the long shots in hardcore. But now I also can play using sound. So what I do is I can listen and I can hear you. So I know where you're at, like location wise, like on the other side of the wall. If you're behind me, I'll know where you are before you know where I am.
That sounds ridiculous. Like, how do you do that? How do you do that?
I don't know. I just like it's like a ninja sense. I don't know. I actually think it was called ninja. No, there was a ninja perk. I think like in an older
So is this
game.
just like a specific perk that allows you to hear people better?
Awareness allows you to hear enemies easier. You don't need it on to be able to use it. Like I can not have it on and I can still hear people, but I can hear people even better with this perk. So if I'm sitting down here, Corey, and we're actually like and you're upstairs, all right, and you're gonna try to come get me. I'm gonna hear you walking down the stairs. I'm gonna hear you upstairs, so I'm gonna know you're coming from my left. I'm gonna know if I'm looking this way and I'll hear it in this ear, so I'll know you're over here. I'll turn. I can already have my sights up, and you're an easy kill.
It just sounds. I don't know, man. That sounds crazy. Like I understand. Like you're just ungodly good at these types of games, but like that sounds crazy.
I use sound more than like anything else. So like now I don't even really use the mini map. The only reason that I use the mini map is to look at where my team is spawning. Because another tip that I'm going to tell you is that I stay on the outside of the map, and what I do is I see where my team is spawning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trek around the outside of the map and try to come up behind the enemy and then come right through the middle. If that kind of makes sense. So I'm coming up right behind everybody. So I'm going around and I have dead silence on. So even the people who are trying to sound whore me, you can't really hear me unless I'm right on top of you. So I'm going around, and then once I hit like the back, like basically the middle. So like if we're all spawning here, I know that their team is spawning here.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Right.
So I'm gonna go around, and you'll find some stragglers along the way, and you'll just knock them out. You know, they're not a problem. And then once you get behind, you just run through, and you're gonna get, that's how I play. Always moving. My favorite weapons. I'm not a big I also like assault rifles. The KM44 is a good one. Man of War is not my favorite. I mean, but I've seen people use it, and I actually really like the M8 A7. Even though they nerfed it a little bit, it's still it's a burst gun, but it's one of my higher kill to death weapons. And on my assault rifles, I run a sight on all of them, except for the KN, because some of their iron sights are hideous. And then usually I don't run a grip on those. I'll run stock again. I love having stock for being someone who moves around a lot. And usually, sometimes high caliber. I'm trying to think what else I run on my KN. I can't even remember. On my KN, I think I actually ran a grip and stock, and that was it. And a sight. And then I ran. I don't run with any like secondary usually, or any equipment or anything like that. I'm not a big equipment guy. And I run those two perks: awareness, dead silence, and something like fast hands or hardwired, something like that. If you're not one of those players, if you don't like to move around and you're staying stationary, then you don't really need dead silence. You could still use awareness. You would use a medium to long range gun. Sniping isn't really a thing in this game. I don't think all the maps are a little small. You can get like a medium range gun. The XR2 is pretty beastly. It's a burst gun, but you can hold it down. And you could probably throw some equipment on there. The trip mine is fantastic, but my advice for the trip mine: don't throw it on the floor or on the side of the walls. People are looking for those. Throw them on the ceiling. People won't see those coming. They never look up, and they'll just pop down and kill them. So if you're big into using like trying to get trip mine kills, I say throw them on the ceiling, and they will work.
It's crazy.
But I run around, so that's my preferred build is speed. Like I'll take an SMG and just wreck.
I think you could wreck with anything though.
That's the thing. I'm going for my diamond camos right now, so I've been like filtering through the guns. I think I have like 4 of the assault rifles like done, and I didn't start playing the game till like January. I already got 4 of the assault rifles done, so I'm just kind of like I just finished the KN 44, and that one actually because I think I have my highest kill to death with that gun is like 2.4, 2 point something like that with just that, because there's a screen you can go to and you can see what your kill to death is with every specific weapon.
Right.
And I think that one's my highest. And I'm not like Hugh. I'm not like a guy who like I want to put 6 attachments on the gun. You don't need that. There are some good ones. Like if it's a gun like the KN has a kind of a nasty kick, so I put a grip on it, and then I basically just ran like the ELO sight and stock, and that was it. And then I just my perks and just move around. I jump a lot. I switched my controls. I can't remember what it's called, but my right stick is now jump, so that when you jump, you can still control where you're aiming. So, because before it's the X button, so you have to like leave the joystick, and now I can just jump by clicking it in. I can still control my guy, and I can still shoot. So I'm I'm just hard to hit. I'm a hard target to hit, and it pisses people off. If you're jumping, sliding, doing all that stuff.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I've tried to. I can't teach the way, you know.
I'm about to, like, on Friday, I'm going to go get Madden, and I'm half tempted to pick up Black Ops 3.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. If you want to get into, like, specialist classes to use, I have a couple favorites, but...
I mean, we can discuss that on, like, a weekly strike or whatever.
Yeah, like, there's a couple, but I think my most successful one is actually the Purifier, the flamethrower guy. Like because when I activate it, on average I get 5 kills every time I activate his specialist ability. So that's what the game tells me. So that's my best one, is that one.
Sweet.
It's a flamethrower. Need I say more?
Flamethrowers are sweet.
Flamethrowers are sweet. So
there's no doubt about
but
it.
But all the specialists are decent. I don't like the Ripper guy, the one that's got the Ripper.
All right, we're gonna move on to our next question.
I could talk about that all day. So.
Yeah, yes, you could.
I know.
We don't have all day.
I know.
Megan Green asks, or wait, no, I missed Ray's
Ray's
question. Sorry, Ray. Sorry.
He did it on purpose.
I did not do it on purpose. I love you, Ray. You know we love you.
He said before the show, he's like, I'm gonna skip Ray's question.
It's true, I did. You weren't supposed to reveal that.
Yeah.
Do you think the labels such as casual and hardcore gamer still exist? Yes, I do.
I think they exist. I think they've been blurred a little bit more than in the past.
Because a lot of people that like play cell phone games like hardcore probably don't call themselves gamers. Like
those Candy Crush people.
Yeah.
Are they not hard? I mean, like,
what if you're hardcore into like, I don't know, Gem Quest 3D or whatever? It's a puzzle game. It's puzzle games. Like, what if you're like super into those?
Puzzle Quest was a game that I played a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. One of those Quest games. But like, what if you're like really into mobile games, but you don't own a console and you just play games on your way to work or whatever, and you're just like, oh, I don't play games. I'm not a gamer.
I mean, and that's part of the reason why like the lines are blurred now, because like gaming isn't just consoles anymore.
Or like, you could still be that guy who all they do is play Call of Duty, Madden, and NBA 2K every year, but like you play it every single night. Are you not a hardcore gamer? Or are you a casual gamer?
It depends on how you label them. Is hardcore based off how many hours you play, how many different games you play, how many games you beat, how good you are? Like, it depends on how you define it.
Yeah, like you and me, I consider both of us like hardcore gamers, but we're different types of hardcore gamers.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like, I'm more single player experience. I like to, like, you know, if we do like a Destiny type situation, I prefer the PvE versus PvP,
right.
Whereas you like the PvP stuff, Call of Duty, you know, Trials and stuff like that. So like, there's different types of hardcore gamers, or I don't even know what the term casual gamer means anymore.
I like to crush dreams though. That's
true.
You
are a dream crusher.
Yes, I am. I like to shut down those people who are 8-0 going and trying to get to the lighthouse. It's like that like makes my weekend.
Yeah.
It does feel good. I'm not gonna lie.
I've never done it, so
it feels good. Then you talk some trash. Yeah. What is a casual gamer?
See, I don't know. Is my mom sitting in her chair playing Candy Crush a casual gamer? Or like I don't know. Like,
is Rachel a casual gamer? She'll only play like a Batman game,
or like Skyrim until
Skyrim
she messes up.
No, it glitched on her, and she can't get over it. She can't let it go.
See, I would actually consider Rachel a casual gamer.
So would I.
I mean, she likes games. Don't get me wrong, but she's not like. She's definitely not us.
No, like she has a 3DS. She has.
Yeah.
I mean, she likes to play Mario Kart every now and then, but like she's not gonna go and play on her own. Like she likes to. If I'm there and I'm like, hey, you should play this, but we did play Monster Hunter together though. That was a blast.
Yeah, Monster Hunter is a hardcore game.
Yeah, I mean we didn't get as far as I would have liked with her, but she was definitely into it for a while.
Still wrapped in cellophane on my shelf.
It's a good game. It's a great game. Monster Hunter 4, not 3.
Yeah.
Awesome. 3 was not great.
But like, you know, Sana won't play games unless I'm with her either though.
Yeah.
But she does play games on her phone. So like I'll sit there and she'll be playing like Threes or Hitman Go or something on the iPad or whatever, and she'll play Mario Kart with me, but like she won't go out of her way to play games, and she doesn't call herself a gamer, but she plays games.
I mean, I probably play at least a game something every day. I'm probably on my console almost every day.
Yeah,
I guess that would make me that would probably make me a hardcore gamer.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to be on my console every day, but like honestly, I haven't played anything since we played games last Wednesday. But like, I don't know, and the part of the problem is for me too, though, is like I haven't found something that just like hooks me either, and I'm hoping Fire Emblem is that game.
Oh, Fire Emblem will be that game. See, I don't need a game to hook me in. I'll just like beat it just because like when I started it.
Yeah.
So,
but like,
as well beat
if
it.
It's not like
Lost Odyssey.
Oh my gosh, that game. Oh my gosh, can we just have a Lost Odyssey spoiler cast? Can we just do that one day? You think people would listen? No.
I'm not sure how many people know what Lost Odyssey is.
Oh my gosh, dude, it doesn't matter.
One of the greatest RPGs I've ever played, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Still have it.
That like the last like 10 hours of that game, like the cutscenes and stuff were so bad. Like the very end of that game was like just really bad.
Yeah, there was a lot of bad. I mean,
it was cool though.
The RPG elements of it were awesome though. How you could learn anybody's move and stuff, and you were immortal and all that stuff. But you could still die, like lose. I guess you really can't die. But
that game was so good.
The game was cool.
It was the Final Fantasy 13 everybody wanted. I'm just gonna.
That's what I thought. I remember buying that game and I was like, oh, this kind of looks like Final Fantasy.
I mean, it is. It's the creator of Final Fantasy's new studio. Well, it was new back then.
Yeah, it was. That was a great game.
Gosh, what a great game.
All right.
Next
question.
We need an HD port of Lost Odyssey for PS4.
Oh, dude, I don't have that much time. That game's ridiculous.
Yeah,
the game is so long. It was 4 discs.
It's true.
Xbox 360, 4 discs.
Yeah.
That's how long that game is.
Yeah. All right, next question. Megan Green, what kind of game would you create if you had your own team to build it?
Now, we kind of talked about this on the way over, and I have 2 answers. I have like one where I would like copy off, like it wouldn't really be my own game. I would love to do a new next gen Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
If that
doesn't everybody want that game?
That would be like mine. But if I were to make like my own individual, like it would have elements. It would be an RPG first person shooter.
Yeah.
Probably.
So Destiny. Better version of Destiny.
Destiny wasn't really I don't really think it was an RPG, but it would be much better. Like you would have dialogue options where it affects the game because I always like that kind of stuff, like from Fable and Mass Effect, but it'd be better. You'd have much better options.
Yeah,
and but it would be something along those lines.
Yeah, I would.
Superpowers. You would definitely have superpowers.
Yeah, I would. Gosh, I would love to make like a Mass Effect type game, but not like super in the future. I would want to make it like near future ish, and like where you would create your whole party. Like they would give you like the basic description of this party member, and you could customize like 4 or 5 of your party members. And like obviously I would want a dog in my party.
Like dog meat?
Yeah. But
maybe a better name.
But way cooler.
Dog meat. Whoa. Dog meat was pretty sweet. I mean, I would want to have you customize all of your characters
within that. And then I would like you and me when it comes to like RPG type stuff. We kind of go for the same games like Knights of the Republic, Mass Effect, Fable.
Very similar games. Yeah.
Like I would love just to have that type of game, but all of your parties, you create your whole party and just create your own story based off that. Like there's still this overarching story, but like your dialogue options would matter. You know, you could create friendships or like enemies within your party. Maybe your party could split into two if you have like some type of like quarrel with one of your party members or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of your party members is like a mole, but you don't know until like depending later in the game on your dialogue options, like that person really works for the big overarching enemy or whatever. I don't know. I would just like some sort of like RPG third person shooter ish type game like Mass Effect, but set in the near.
We're getting a Mass Effect, so don't you worry.
My gosh, Mass Effect Andromeda is gonna be awesome.
We are not getting a new Knights of the Republic. That's what I would make. I would make a next gen, updated graphics, everything Knights of the Old Republic.
Disney, get on it. Call EA, be like, look, just remake this game.
Yeah, I would even take like the first Knights, just remade it. You know,
I would prefer a new one, but
that's what I'm saying. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Like gameplay, you know, a little bit better because let's face it, gameplay wasn't amazing.
No,
but
it would be more of an action RPG than like
it would be more like
weird turn-based stuff.
It'd be like Knights of the Republic, but like it would play like God of War.
You really want God of War in your Star Wars, Brian?
I'm just saying that's how it would play, like in the level, like in the scheme of things. Like it wouldn't be one of those like I'm gonna input an action so game pauses and go. Like it would just be free flowing.
Yeah.
Heads would be cut off, blood everywhere, just a massacre.
A threesome sex scene in the middle of the game, just randomly.
Yes. My Sith, because let's face it, my guy would be bad. He's not gonna be good.
It's true.
Yeah, he'd be getting down in between his massacres. Probably.
I know we talked about
Force
this.
lightning.
I know we talk about this like once every couple of weeks, but remember how messed up your guys' face in Mass Effect was?
Yeah, he had some issues going on.
Oh my gosh, it was awesome.
Yeah, and it was red, it was cracked, and it looked like he needed some lotion.
Yeah.
Like some really strong lotion. He was looking rough. My guy was not a good person.
No, he was not. My face didn't look like that though.
No, you guys look good. You remember Fable? The first Fable, my guy had horns.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your guy was all pretty boy. Like, I mean, let's face it, my guy would mess your guy out.
I know.
He was pretty. He
was
a nasty customer.
I think everybody kind of expects that your character would always mess.
I'm just saying because evil always wins, right? No,
is that
not right?
Most of the time. You ever notice?
I thought evil always won.
You ever notice when people are trying to take out the villain that it always takes a really big team of good guys to take out one bad guy?
I know. Like, why don't if the villains were smart, they would just have like 3 of them.
Yeah, they would
instead of just being one. Like, hey, 1 on 6, I can beat down like 5 of you, but that last guy always gets me. Yeah. Dude, just bring a guy with you, man.
Yeah.
Then it's just 3 each. You totally, I don't know. They're just dumb.
Yeah.
But the villains always are the coolest looking. I mean, Darth Maul, really?
Yeah, Darth Maul was.
Of course, he did get taken out 1-on-1 though.
Yeah, but
he was going against 2.
Yeah, let's. But man, he's so cool, Darth Maul.
But so is Obi-Wan. So
Qui-Gon was cool too, though.
Well, not cool enough.
All right, next question. Mitch Gulen. Did I say that right?
You should just go by the first names.
Okay, Mitch says, thanks for all the info on Diablo builds last week. Was that last week?
Yeah, it was last week.
As far as this year is concerned, what games are you most looking forward to? I mean, I have my list. Zelda, Mass Effect, Fire Emblem this week, Horizon Zero Dawn, The Division, and I'm cautiously optimistic about this Destiny expansion.
The Destiny expansion does not make my most excited list. They have already they blew it, and that doesn't mean I'm not going to play it. But there's games that you're not excited about that you're like, man, everyone else is playing it. Okay, I'll play. But it does not make my list. I'm gonna go. I hate to say Zelda, but yes. Wait, you're not talking about Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Wii U one.
Okay.
The new
All
one,
right.
not
Yes.
Twilight Princess HD, which I am super
I
excited
know you're
for.
super excited for it.
I left it off the list just for you, Brian, because I know you're just going to sit there and make fun of me and tell me.
I'm not gonna make fun of you. I just all right.
Zelda's one of the best Zelda games of all time.
Zelda's in. All right, settle down.
If you get through that first 3 hours of
yeah,
tutorial,
if you got to get through 3 hours for it to be a good game, like you lost me,
dude. That is the best dungeon design in any Zelda game.
All right, Zelda is on my list. Mass Effect also on my list. Those are obvious ones. I can't believe you didn't say Gears of War 4. How is that not on your list?
Because I played through the Ultimate Edition. I was like, kind of geared out.
This is a brand new Gears.
I know, but do you understand how much time I poured into Gears 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, do you know how much time I've poured into Oblivion and
Almost
Skyrim?
as
And if
much-
they put out a new one of those, I would buy it in a second, and I'd put in just as much time
And
into
that
it. 'Cause
demo
I
they
love
showed
those
at
games.
E3 last year was like, what is this game?
All right, I'm excited for Gears of War 4. I'm excited.
I did forget that was coming out this year. Though.
Yeah, so now you're excited for it. I'm excited for Doom. Bethesda making a Doom game, sign me up. The Division's kind of like I know because we've talked about it a lot. So yes, I'm very excited for the Division.
Beta, man, I'm excited to play that beta this weekend.
Oh yeah. Firewatch is a game that just came out, and I've been real excited about it. I've been kind of following it. I want to play it. I'm gonna probably end up getting it here in the next couple days. That game looks great. Looks beautiful. Could be pretty cool. Obviously the Fire Emblems, and then my maybe I don't know yet how I feel was For Honor and Battleborn.
Really, Battleborn?
I don't know. I know I made fun of it real bad early on, and I
see
it's
out
kind
of
of
the
like
class-based shooters that are coming out in May. I would think you would be going towards Overwatch because
I don't know, man. I saw a video on. I thought it was Battleborn. Maybe it was Overwatch.
I guarantee you it wasn't Battleborn.
Isn't Battleborn the one that Blizzard's doing?
No, Overwatch is the one that Blizzard's doing. Battleborn's the one by the Borderlands guys.
Oh, but I love Borderlands.
Yeah, but it's not Borderlands.
I don't know. Apparently, I'm confused.
You're forgetting they also did Duke Nukem Forever and Alien Colonial Marines.
Sometimes you just have to. Are they similar games?
They are similar games. They're both hero class-based shooters.
Is that why I'm a little confused?
Probably. We're looking up the trailer for Battleborn and Overwatch.
All right, those are both. We're just gonna put those aside because I can't even keep the two apart. And but I will probably check one of them out. I like Blizzard though, but I also like the guys that did. I don't think this is the one that I watched.
What, Overwatch? Or...
No, this is Battleborn. I don't think I watched this one. No, I think I did.
Battleborn's the one with the penguin in a mech suit.
Fucking penguin in a mech suit. Yeah,
both
of those
games
games seem very. I don't know. I don't know which one I watched the other night, but it kind of. I watched it, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that I don't remember what it was. I think it was Overwatch. Now I think about it.
Was that it with the giant monkey and the?
No, I think I was right the first time. I think it was Battleborn. It was Battleborn that I was right the first time. Yeah, it got me all confused.
You were literally the first person I've heard say you're excited for Battleborn.
Oh, no. I said I have my reserved judgment, but I'm going to check it out. That and Overwatch and For Honor. Those are my three that I'm not really sure about.
You know what else
another
comes out this
game
year?
I'm excited about is Quantum Break. I am excited. I am for sure excited. That's not my, I don't know.
You know other games coming out this year is Halo Wars 2.
Really? Okay, but I'm going to go back. I'm not going to give up on this. How, Blizzard puts out good shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Blizzard puts out good shit. Everything they put out, I love. Even like Hearthstone and stuff like that. I love it.
So are you excited for Overwatch or Battleborn?
I don't know if I'm excited for either one.
Overwatch is the Blizzard game.
No, what? I thought Battleborn's the Blizzard game.
No, Battleborn's the Gearbox game.
Fuck, I don't know which one I'm excited for. Blizzard does put out good shit though. That is for sure.
It's
so
true.
I guess Overwatch if I had to pick one.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. Clearly.
Oh, boy.
I hate when they put out games that are so similar that I can't fucking tell the difference.
Okay, we're gonna get out of here. Matthew Keel's question: What is your favorite things in a medium outside of games? Music, film, author, art, poet, performing artists, architecture, stuff like that.
So outside of gaming, what is my favorite? I mean, it's film. I'm not a big reader.
Yeah.
Yours might be different because you paint, and you draw, and you do fantastic work. Poet? I don't know. Do I look like a guy who reads poetry?
You look like you go to a coffee shop every Tuesday and read some stuff that you wrote down.
I may look like one of those, but I am not. Yeah, I would definitely say music and films. Just I listen to a lot of music, and I try to watch a good amount of movies, but probably not as much as like Cam or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, my favorite thing is it's like games. Yeah, like games, like up here. Then you got like film, movies, and then just like everything else.
Yeah. For me, it's definitely art, definitely drawing. I mean, I started drawing again.
Yeah, I saw
earlier.
your Supergirl. It was good.
So that was something I wanted to get back into. Like, I have this conversation with Cameron all the time. Like, I don't watch a lot of movies, and I definitely don't watch the ones I want to watch, let alone like, I don't want to say weird because like indie movies aren't weird, but some of them are weird.
Some of them are weird, but that's what makes some of them very good too. At the same time.
So like, I don't know. Like maybe next week when I take some vacation time, I'll check Netflix and see what kind of movies there are there. But like for me, it's just art. We are not culturally diverse.
No, we are not. No, we are not.
No, we are not.
That's all
right. Next question. Samantha Craig asks, I heard you talk some Harry Potter trivia last week. What house would you be sorted to if you were to attend Hogwarts?
All right, better yet, we're going to pick which house the other person's going to. You would be a Hufflepuff.
Oh my gosh, how did I know you're going to say that?
I'm sorry, that is what you would be. You would be a Hufflepuff.
Why?
You just look like a Hufflepuff. I mean, like, I thought they were like, aren't they the creative ones?
No, that's Ravenclaw.
Oh, then you're Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw's like the artist.
What are the Hufflepuffs? The stoners? No, are those the stoners? The ones who are by the kitchen? That's Hufflepuff, right?
Hufflepuff's the
stoners.
The weird house that nobody really wants to be a part of.
They're the stoners. They're right by the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what you would be. Like, part of me wants to say like you'd be Slytherin.
Oh, probably.
Just because sometimes you're a gigantic asshole.
I'm pretty sure I would be Slytherin.
But then like you're not like an evil dude like most of Slytherin.
Yeah, so you're basically describing me as like Harry Potter.
Pretty much.
So
you're the Irish kid that always blows himself up when he's trying to do spells. Yeah.
I don't think I'd be in Gryffindor. I think I'd end up in Slytherin.
Probably.
But that'd be sweet because I get to go. I would have got to know Snape.
It's true. Yeah.
But I wouldn't have been friends with Draco. Let's just get that straight.
Would we be? Would we be Quidditch players?
I feel like I would have been a Quidditch player.
Yeah. What position of Quidditch would you be playing?
I think you would have been a beater.
Yeah, I feel like I would have been.
And I would have been either the one who scores. What are those called?
The quaffle throwers.
Yeah, those guys, or a seeker.
Yeah.
I'm tiny. I'd be nimble. I'd be quick.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you could be a seeker.
I have pretty good reaction time.
Yeah.
So seeker or the one that scores. But definitely not like a beater, and definitely not like a keeper or anything like that.
Yeah.
I would run that shit.
It's probably true.
Draco would be my bitch. I tell you that.
Okay, we're gonna move on to our last question. Matt Holland asks, rapid fire question: what would you change about these franchises? Ready, go. Call of Duty.
Well, I've said this for a long time. They need to, instead of trying to go forward in the future, they need to take it back and go back into the past.
See, I feel like if they went back to World War II now, they would just like have all like the mechanical suits now, but like really rough versions of those, and as like an alternate history type thing, like Wolfenstein does.
I mean, like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that Call of Duty needs to change. We could do a whole episode on that itself. Like, because and same thing that games like Madden and NBA, but a lot of these they actually get away with it. But they put out like the same thing. It's like, well, here's different maps. and pay me $60. Plus, we're gonna do a map pack, and I don't know what the season pass is for that. There's another 50, so you're paying $110 for new maps, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so take it back, because then, like, get rid of this like fancy dancy futuristic stuff. Let's take it back, man, because World at War still, in my opinion, was the best Call of Duty, and tanks and you had tanks, and it was great.
Yeah, I would totally simplify Call of Duty. Like, I think they're trying too much to push the game forward to where it's just ruining it. Take it back. I don't even care if it's like World War II. Like, that'd be cool to go back and see that and see a World War II Call of Duty. But even if they just went back to like a Modern Warfare type style game where it was just like simple core mechanics, just get the core of Call of Duty back to where it was and then work from there. Like, I think that would do a lot for this series.
do have to say that Black Ops 3 is one of the best ones I've played recently. Ghost was awful. I didn't like Advanced Warfare, but I didn't like Modern Warfare 3 either. So I've kind of been falling off that series because like the way that they do it is there's 3 studios and they cycle now.
Yeah.
Which is a shame that Ghost was so bad because they were the one. That's the studio that started it out.
Yeah,
with Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
I
but
think
those
they're
guys
gonna dominate.
left.
Yeah,
did
but
Titanfall. Though.
I got a feeling that they're gonna, because they're up next, and I think they're gonna have a good showing.
Yeah. Well, they took a couple people from Naughty Dog. They took a couple people from BioWare.
Right.
Like creative leads from those studios are now working on the next Call of Duty.
But my 2 favorite Call of Duty games was World at War and the very first Black Ops, and then I guess if I had to throw another one, I would say the very first one, Modern Warfare, and I guess Modern Warfare 2. Those ones were all pretty good.
So like all the ones that came out right after another. So
yeah, the ones that like early on when you were just getting bombarded with it.
I think it was Modern Warfare, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops all came out in succession.
And I think that's pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And those ones were awesome, and then they really started dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3, Ghosts, Black Ops 2 it was okay. Didn't blow me away. Advanced Warfare, those were awful. But Black Ops 3 is kind of putting it back on map. I actually think this one's very good.
Yeah. Which, like, I haven't bought in Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. And, like, that was the last time I really played Call of Duty at all.
Well, the nice thing is that literally nothing has changed. Like, you could have played Modern Warfare. Well, no, it's changed a little bit since then. But you could have played, like, the very first Black Ops and then come in and played this. And, like, the only thing different is, like, you can jump a little bit higher and you can, like, slide and shoot.
Yeah. And, like, I kind of, I'm, like, half tempted to go get it. Like, I've been hesitant on buying it for a long time.
It's fun.
I mean,
this
one's really good.
This one's good. I actually have to say, it's not the best that they've, that I've ever played, but it's better than what they've been putting out.
Yeah.
So they have stepped it up.
All right. Zelda.
I think this one's more for you. I don't know. You know what they need to change? Put out a fucking game.
Put out a game. That's what you need to change, Nintendo. Put out your game. Well, for me, Zelda, like, what this one is supposedly doing is heading in the right direction, what I would want. But, like, open world game, super exploratory with, like, a little bit of a linear path, but then you can go off and do whatever you want. I would really like to see them add, like, light RPG mechanics. Like, Skyward Sword added that a little bit, but, like, I would like to see some sort of, like, action RPG type,
I don't know,
like, upgrade system.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the way the game plays, but, like, just the way you upgrade, like, your sword or your shield or, like, your bow and arrow or your boomerang or something. Like, just have different, like, upgrade trees for that and, like, go collect things.
That could be cool.
Like, they did that with your shield and Skyward Sword, which was cool. The only good thing about that game. But,
surprised that one doesn't make your top 3.
What, Skyward Sword? No, dude, that game was awful. Halo.
I didn't play the last one. I think the multiplayer is still in pretty good shape, but you go ahead and talk about how you feel about the campaign. I just love hearing it.
I think they just need to go back to the drawing board with Halo and just totally scrap everything they've been doing and just start over.
I think they need to just...
Like, I loved Halo 4. I loved Halo 4, and Halo 5 was so disappointing.
They need, like, a new story. Like, Master, you just need to let them go, man. If you're not...
No, they need to go back to Master Chief is what they need to do.
No.
They didn't do Master Chief
I
this
think
time.
they just need to do something different, like completely different. You can still call it Halo to keep the multiplayer thing the same, but like
I think the multiplayer is really solid, but
I think your story has run its course, man. Like
I think Microsoft just needs to kill Halo.
It wouldn't be a terrible idea, and then just start with something different, but like have the same similar, because like their multiplayer is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and I wouldn't want to lose like that experience. Almost, not that I'm.
I mean, they could just put
anyways.
out like a Halo multiplayer suite for $30, and then like every time an expansion comes out, charge like $10 or $15 the way the Call of Duty does it. Like, you know,
Call of Duty charges more. It charges like $15 for like 4 maps. Fucking ridiculous. Activision.
Mass Effect.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't change a damn thing about Mass Effect 2. That game was perfect.
I think they need Mass Effect 2 with the like RPG-ish elements of Mass Effect 1.
They need some new powers. They need some different power. The powers aren't fantastic to me. It's like you can pull them forward, you can push them, you can pick them up and slam them. Like,
yeah, where's the force choke?
You can explode their head. No, is that too much?
Where's
I just think
Where's the Omnitool stab through the gut thing?
They had that.
Did they? Oh, that was in Mass Effect 3.
That was Mass Effect 3. I thought that was a cool addition, but I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't change. I mean, you know what I would change for sure, 100% is their multiplayer experience. How sweet would this be? Fucking co-op Mass Effect.
Yeah.
We can meet up and like do some missions together.
Yeah, dude.
How cool would that be?
That'd be awesome. Just like the whole game would be that though. Like you could play it by yourself, but you could also play with your friends.
I think that'd be cool.
Kind of like Destiny, but like better.
I mean, not really like Destiny, but like.
I meant like the way you can join up in fire teams and do stuff.
No, but like together. You wouldn't want like 6. No, like you. It would only be co-op, like 2 players, like you and another guy could meet up and like fuck shit up. You know.
Yeah.
But then everyone's ship shouldn't be the same. Like you should be able to customize your own ship, and like, we could both bring in different like guys to have on our squad.
Yeah.
And that'd be cool.
Yeah.
We can meet up. Like,
that would be cool.
You call me on my space phone.
Your space phone?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what you're calling it?
You'd be like, meet me out by Saturn. You'll blow some shit up. I'll be there.
All right, this one's more for you. Outer Scrolls series.
Well, they need to put out another one, like Oblivion and Skyrim. I didn't like the online one very much, but personally, like the only thing I would have changed from those games, besides like the graphics and stuff like that, I thought everything else was great. The world was fantastic. It was a good sized map and everything. I hate their dialogue options. It doesn't feel like an RPG role playing. I don't feel like I am actually playing the role. I have no, even though like the Mass Effect ones and stuff aren't fantastic, they're better than like these ones. They need ones more like BioWare where like, okay, I want my guy to be really like mean and evil and like, yeah, he's got all these powers, but is he using them for good? Not necessarily. Maybe he's,
Yeah.
Or maybe you're like straight up good guy, you want to help the people and stuff, and you can really show that in the way that you interact with people. And you can't really do that. They kind of give you just like, anytime you talk to an NPC, it's just like to gather information, to accept, deny, or like ask for the reward. Like it just, I didn't feel like I got to really choose how my character was being molded.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. That's the one thing I would change. That was it.
I would change the jank in those games.
The what?
The jank.
The jank?
Like the glitchy get stuck
you
and
hate
the
that
door
stuff.
can't open type stuff.
Rachel stopped playing. She put like
80
that hours
stuff.
into it, and her main quest got messed up, and she like would have had to have loaded one that was at like 50 hours in instead of like 80. She just didn't want to do it. So yeah, I agree. Like, but you have to like I try to understand that, like, there's so much in this world
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
know.
like that.
There's no way you can possibly QA test for all of that.
I just there's gonna be glitches with these games. I've accepted it. Like, learn to save a lot is my advice if you're gonna play these and learn. I mean, Oblivion was worse than Skyrim. At least gave you a fucking auto save when you walked into like a building or something.
Yeah.
Or when you there wasn't one in Oblivion, so you would have to save on your own. And then, like, let's say you played for 3 hours or 4 hours and then it glitched, and you didn't save in between any of that. You had to go all the way back. And
That didn't stop you though.
I played the shit out of that game. I mean, those are awesome. But yeah, man, give me some different dialogue options just so I can have I don't know, it feels like a more role-playing experience.
Yeah.
Like, I realized that I was that character, but, like, I couldn't make him, like,
Yeah.
everyone's
You felt
guy
like he
was
didn't
the
have a
same.
personality.
No, everyone's guy had, like, the same personality. It didn't matter, like, what class you picked, really, or anything. Like, none of that stuff mattered. Like, I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
When you customize this person, like, when you enter this type of area, you get, like, a totally different. And they had that a little bit, but not enough. Not enough.
Yeah. Well, that's all of our questions. Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I think people should really check out this Firewatch game.
Yeah.
I've heard really good things. It's only like
I've heard a lot of good things about it too.
$17 or $19 on PSN. I'm pretty sure it's on Xbox One as well, and PC also.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. And then, I mean, Fire Emblem. Really excited.
Oh, Fire Emblem, dude. That game's gonna be so good.
I'm really excited for it.
I pre-ordered both versions.
Yeah, there's Birthright and Conquest. Birthright is like the easier version. It kind of walks you through it, and then Conquest, and then when the third one comes out,
I'm gonna assume that's gonna be the hardest one.
Revelations, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's gonna be tough. That's gonna be cool.
Oh, man, that game's gonna be awesome. I hope this is the game that hooks me because I've been in a gaming rut.
I mean, you should have played. I thought about playing Awakening again because that one was so good. That's probably my favorite.
I did
3DS
start playing
game.
it again, but like I've beaten it twice, and like
Yeah,
it
I've beaten it quite a bit.
like I wanted to get ready for the new Fire Emblem, and I'm just like I can't play this right now. I've already beaten it twice, and this is just gonna take me away from the new one. So like,
I'm very, very excited for Fire Emblem. I cannot wait.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us this week on the DNA Podcast. You can find all of our content on YouTube or on digitalnerdadvocates.com. Go like, subscribe, and share. You can find the audio version of our podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Make sure you rate us and leave some comments and let us know how we're doing. You can go like us on Facebook and join our community page and follow us on Twitter at the DNA Network. Thank you so much for joining us. We have some stuff to do, so until next week, we are out.